Scrappy friends, it's Kim Sparks back from Making Creative Memories in Time, and I'm here today to do some inking with you. I created this sketch. I have some pictures that I want to put to the page from last weekend that has a really meaningful story to me from my childhood, and it's about preserving garden food and or as we here in the Appalachian Mountains say, putting up or harvest. And so this is going to be a 2-page 12 by 12 layout. I want to tell you, follow the Facebook link below because I will be making this page live in a Facebook. I will be making this page live in my Facebook community with the exception of this ink. I want to go ahead and do the inking part first. So make sure you're following that Facebook group linked below. So this is the yellow paper that I am going to be using. It is a grid paper and I love it, and I'll be using small strips of this paper. I have 2 different shades of yellow. I have dandelion or canary, and I have tangerine is the color that it matches for CM paper, but the ink shade is actually called cantaloupe. I feel like I know which ink is going to look better, but we're just going to do a little test just to make sure. First, I am going to do the dandelion. I feel like that's going to be a little too yellow. And then I'm going to tap this off. Remember, we always tap off. The only inks that I don't tap off are my soft inks, like the Toffee Crunch, the Soft Pink, or the Lulu Lavender. That's the only ones I do not tap off. And remember, anytime you're blending, you're going to start in a circular motion in the air off the paper, and then you're going to hit the paper. And it's going to be soft at first, and when we ink, we want a soft hand. Okay, and then you can come in, and the thing about ink blending is it can build. You can let it get as dark as you want, or it can be as soft as you want. And I am building this. Now, what I'm going to do with this yellow ink on my page is it's going to be a blending area. It's going to be a base for a cluster, okay? So there's what the canary looks like. I'm going to hold it up so you can see it next to this. What I'm doing right now is I am matching an ink to this paper. I want something that's going to look nice with this paper and not look, oh, in your face, too bold, too pale, right? And sometimes just because you think a color may not work, that's why you do a test. You're not sure if it's going to work or not. So we're going to pull in our little piece of craft mat, and we're going to tap off again. This one is, it matches the CM color canary. No, tangerine. That one was the canary. It matches the CM color tangerine, and the actual ink color is called cantaloupe, and it has a little bit more of an orange base to it, a gold, more of like a gold base, orangey gold, if that makes sense. It's a warmer, and I really feel like this is going to be the color. Okay. Let's put our lid back on, and then I always leave my inks upside down. You know that, because I want the juice to sit at the top. So when I look at these 2 colors, I feel like this cantaloupe or tangerine really matches that shade that is in the yellow paper, the gold paper, more than this canary or dandelion ink. That's a tad bit too bright, too yellow. Okay, so when I want to pull the ink, I always test. This is just a scrap piece of paper. I don't throw this away because I can use the back of this for journaling strips if I need to stamp something, so I won't throw that away, friends. Okay, so now that that is squared away, I want to do some base inking, and nothing is going to happen in the corners, so I'm going to use my magnets in my corners just to hold down my piece of paper. And if I come back and look at my sketch, I am going to have a title area somewhere in here. So I'm going to want some inking in this area. I'm going to have a little bit of splatter up in this area. I think I'm going to have some splatter here. And I may have a little inking just to stick out from the title. So that's what I'm going to do with you today. I am going to come back in with that tangerine ink. And remember, what I'm doing, friends, is I'm building a little bit of a base blending. That's the purpose of this video today, is base blending. My title is going to sort of sit in this area, so I'm going to start in a circular motion. I'm going to hit the page, and I'm going in a large circular motion because my title is going to be somewhat large, and you might not be able to see this at the moment, and that is okay because I want this to be light. I don't want this to be anything dark, friends. I want this to be light, light, light. I will hold it up when I'm finished. So I am going to have an area right here that is going to be a light area, okay? Now, when I think about what I want to do on this side of the page, I'm going to look at where do I want my base blending on this side of the page. And let's go back to my sketch. And this doesn't have to be perfectly aligned. I'm just putting this here for the moment to hold it. I'm going to come back and look at my sketch. I think I'm going to want some blending up here where this paper strip is going to happen. And the reason I want my blending up there, what do I always tell you guys about eye movement across your project? If I have this base blending here and I have base blending here, I know I'm going to have some clusters built in, but this ink is immediately going to pull your eye diagonally. And where are the photos going to be? You're going to come right across the photos, okay? So we're going to do a little base blending up here as well. And I'm going to start in the air. And remember, you can make this darker, but you cannot make it lighter. So I always like to go in layers and build and make this what I want it to be. Start in the air, and I feel like that is going to give me the shading. Maybe let's get a little bit more right in there. My strips are going to come this way. I'm going to have strips that come into this and touch this, and it's going to be perfect. Now, I'm going to put this away. I may come back and splatter with this, but we're going to just put it out of view. We're going to go upside down with it, so it's okay. Now, I am going to come in with this Distressed Elements stencil. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be honest, I was thinking about which piece of this I wanted to do. I think I'm going to use this and some of the ring, and then I'm going to use some of the splatter. So we're going to sort of be all over the place with this. I'm going to do some green, and I want it to happen right here, friends. Now, I've got some mint tape on my desk, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull mint tape because that's what's on my desk. And bright white cardstock has cotton fibers, so it will stick just a little. I'm more concerned about having that as a barrier so my big brush doesn't get in the way than I am about it sticking to the paper. But I do remove some of the stick just because, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in next with my avocado ink, and I'm just going to turn this around. I'm not going to wipe it off. I just don't want to tap off in that tangerine ink. I'm going to come in a circular motion, ink up my brush, tap it off. Now again, I want soft, light inking. You can always go darker, but you can't go softer. Start in the air, and I'm going to start in that stencil. And I want this to accent the title, not compete with the title. Therefore, it's going to be a very light hand, okay? Very light hand. I want this to accent the title, not compete with the title. And then a trick I like to do is hold the stencil, lift it, and look, and I can see if the reason I hold it is I don't have to worry about realigning it, right? I want a little hint more ink in this area. Again, it can be layered. And let's just come in right here with a little, oh yes, I am liking that, friends. And so that is going to be beautiful. I'm going to do the same thing right here, only this time for some interest, I am going to turn my stencil so that it's not like my little grid is not in the same place. The little ink splatter right there is not in the same place. And we are going to repeat. Circular motion, tap off. I'm going to start right there in the center, light hand. I'm going to get darker, more pressure where I want more ink, and then go back light hand. And again, we're going to look. Yes, I like that. I like that. So that's the stencil part, okay? Now I am going to come in with some splatter, all right? So we're just going to do 1, 2, 3 twists with that avocado ink. We're going to mist in a little bit of water. And we're going to pull in our paintbrush. Now remember, I told you I wanted some splatter here, a little here, and a little here. All right? And we're going to come in and we're just going to do some splatter. And then there's going to be this cute little cluster area at the base of the photos here. And same thing over here. I'm going to want some splatter down here at the bottom. And I'm going to want some splatter up here. And this is just a liner brush. You can pick these up at any Dollar Tree, any Dollar General, or whatever your Dollarama, whatever your store is. And this is a liner brush. And this one says it is a liner. It's by Plaid. It's a number 2 liner brush. And I love this brush. So first thing I'm going to do is just wipe my brush. And you know I love a good microfiber towel. I'm just going to sweep that off. And then I'm going to mist in a little bit of water. Clean my brush. I'm going to leave that water right there because now I want to show you how to clean your stencil. I'm going to lay my stencil right down in that water. And I'm going to pat my stencil. I'm going to flip my stencil over and pat. I'm not rubbing because this is a stencil that if I rub, I could break it or bend something, and I don't want to do that. And now that stencil's clean. It's perfectly clean. But I also said to you, I may want to come back in and do a little bit of this splatter. And I do think I'm going to do that, friends. I'm going to just make sure this is dry before it touches my paper. I think I'm going to come in right here with that tangerine. And I do just want to guard my paper. I'm going to come in with that tangerine. Now we're going to go in with a heavy hand because I want this to be dominant. And start in the air, and I'm going to hit this. There's going to be light area, but then I want heavy area. And I want the heavy area right down here where that green was. And then I just want it to softly float out. But I want the heavy area down here into that green and softly float out. I'll pick this up and show you in just a moment. And then down here, we're going to do the same thing, friends. We're going to repeat, and we're going to have a paper strip that's coming down this way, heavier hand here. And it's okay if even some of that grid gets in it. And lighter hand here. Heavier hand, lighter hand. I love it. That grid is going to play nicely with that. And then over here, just twist your stencil until it gets in a place that's going to make you happy. Same thing, I want a heavier hand back here and a lighter hand as it comes out. Heavier hand back here, lighter hand as it comes out. And I'm not going to do any up here. Am I? Let's do just a touch. Just a touch. I want this to come out from where the layered paper is going to go. And I just want this to be, I want all of this to just be light. Very light. Please make sure that you are following my Facebook community group because you will love seeing this page. And just because I'm doing a page that is a little bit farm, showing how we put up produce from the garden, it doesn't mean that your page has to be that way, and it's going to be a beautiful page. I will link a PDF with measurements. There will be a PDF sketch link, and I will be using some custom embellishments that I create for myself. I will not be linking the embellishments. I've not decided to sell those yet. They're just something I'm creating for myself. Oh, I did not clean my mat. That's okay, friends. My stencil. I'm going to show you. You can clean your stencil right on your layout studio. Your ink is not going to hurt it. We're just going to spritz in. And remember, we're going to pat. This layout studio, the covering on this layout studio is amazing. Inks wipe right off of it. It's amazing. So now all of my product is clean. This is ready to go back in the bag. And now let me show you we did 3 different ink techniques today. We did basic blending, which was this tangerine area. That was basic blending in these 2 areas. Then we did stenciling. We used 2 different colors of ink to stencil. We used avocado and we used that tangerine. And then we also did some splattering. So we got 3 basic ink techniques in on this page. And that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. Make sure that you are following the Facebook community link below. I will be going live in that Facebook group tonight, August 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm in Eastern Time Zone. So, but the video will be there. So if you can't join live, it will be there. And then I will download it and it will pop back over on YouTube. So I hope you guys enjoyed this short little inking video. I'll see you soon. Happy scrapping.